Coming to you live from the sunburnt country. It's time for Destiny Down Under.
G'day and welcome to the 149th episode of the Destiny Down Under podcast. You are a grub. You low grub with a handlebar mustache. Shut up.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll give him credit on the on that joke that no one heard, but he says just before we go in to put log off. Like it wasn't as filthy as he normally says, but it was filthy enough to be funny.
Yeah, it was probably. I think that was why it caught me off guard, because normally it's just abject fucking disgusting nonsense, but this time it was just sort of an embarrassing fact about himself. So it caught me off guard. So hey, there we are. Anyway, welcome to the Destiny Down Under podcast, the aforementioned podcast. Buddy, how you going? I'm joined by it's rattled me because he wasn't here last week. There was no fucking rib digging nonsense from Slothy because he was off for a week. So I've become unaccustomed to it. So
it's
rattled.
been 2 weeks since we've all been together.
Yeah, it's been 2 whole episodes. So here he is, just emitting mist in the fucking bottom left hand of your screen.
It's a humidifier, I'm sure of it. It's a humidifier.
Yeah, I reckon so. Anyway, how you doing, dudes? What's going on?
Oh, I'm exhausted. I have I done now? I've got one more PhD data collection, but this morning, so we have these coding clubs for kids with autism. We've got about 20 kids with autism that come there, and I had to get the facilitators to do a focus group. So I was basically solo holding the class.
Yep.
And the Wi-Fi wasn't working.
Oh.
And it was just fucking chaos. Matt, the Wi-Fi is not working. I know, mate. I've contacted the school. I don't know. We're not going to be able to solve it. Play with the.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I was like, play with. We've got about fucking $2,000 worth of these cool robots. You think they would want to play with the fucking robots? We bought them rather than just derp on the Wi-Fi. And it was just every 5 seconds. Like, I am just absolutely. It takes me about an hour and a half to drive there. So I was up at 6 a.m., hour and a half drive, hour, 2 hours setup, 2 hours of coding, another pack down, hour drive home. And I just went to the local shops and just sat down. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, that was a tough session today. Anyway.
You're all right, mate. You're all right.
I've got a drink.
You got a drink.
You're all right.
You got a drink. You're all right. Slothy, how the fuck are you doing, mate? What's going on? How's your face? Your face looks wrong. What's wrong with it?
It's cold. It's cold.
You got a cold face?
Cold when it's 2 degrees.
It was 42 degrees here today, and my face is still fucking cold. But this week's been a week, and but I'm glad that it's had a
resolution,
a good resolution.
Just kids, if you're listening to this podcast, I'm just going to throw you a choice tidbit that the DDU may have learned this week through the hard way, right? Like, just don't talk about anything important via DMs ever. Just if you got something really important to talk about, just talk about it by voice.
Yeah, you know this thing. It actually makes phone calls as well.
Yeah, Just do that because it fucking seems to. Anyway, fucking hell, it has been a week. But you know what? The end of this week has been rad.
It has been a week.
It's been good. And Slothy, I'm looking forward to this fucking handlebar mustache. This is insane.
This is day 4 of November, or day 5 of November. So,
mate, you've completely cocked up the dates. It's the fucking 8th or something, isn't it? Was it 8th or 9th?
I don't fucking know.
It's the 9th.
It's
It's the 9th. It's the 9th day of November. There you go. But a legal battle of 4 years ended this week, and yeah, it was good. It was good.
Good shit. Good shit. You want to know what the best news of the week is? I've got tickets to see Iron Maiden.
You have. This is the most wholesome shit ever.
This is the most wholesome shit ever. This is it.
I read through the chat this morning. Is that Log has, how old's Isla now? 9? Yeah. Log has this 9-year-old daughter, his 9-year-old daughter, Isla, and Iron Maiden are coming to Legacy of the Beast tour to Australia. I wake up this morning, I check my phone. Chucky, our good friend Chucky, who is Daddy Hagrid to some, and you know,
he's in the fucking chat. I saw him earlier.
He's a very large bloke, regardless, and he's very into his Iron Maiden. And Chucky managed to grab tickets in the stands where everyone can have a sit down and all that sort of thing. And he grabbed tickets for Keg himself, Log, and Isla to go and see Iron Maiden. And it was the most wholesome shit I think I've ever fucking seen, because a 9-year-old going to see Iron Maiden, obviously because Log has played Iron Maiden to her since she was this big.
Yeah, accurate. No, it's one of those things. I've been looking forward to it for a long time, because I've been waiting for a tour to be announced, because she kind of needs to be the age to be able to go and really understand what's going on and not be just horrified by really loud noises or whatever. But to be able to do it with like Chook and Keg, who are fucking absolute legends as well, and sort of have a little squad there rather than me just going and stressing out being at a metal show with a 9-year-old by myself will be fucking incredible. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that.
For someone I've never been to a metal show, like what? Is it any different from another show? Or
I mean, this won't be, because it's in a stadium.
It's in a stadium.
It's in a stadium. Like it'll be fine. We've got seats. It's just basically like it'll be no different to going to the Eagles, except everyone will be 10 times more drunk. That's basically the way it'll work. But it'll it'll be good. She'll get a good, we're up in the stands, so I think she'll get a really good taste of what it's all about. And she's seen some stuff, but this will be kind of like, this is the pinnacle in my opinion, at least. So I'm going to drag her along to that.
And when AC/DC do their final tour, we're all going to meet up again as well, because that's going to be just as fucking good.
Good luck getting tickets to that. I think the thing is they only put Maiden on sale, on pre-sale, through the fucking fan club, and I'm pretty sure it's close to getting sold out before it's even publicly available. It's batshit.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, really?
That's insane.
Yep. So anyway, that's that. We've been going for how many minutes now, and not spoken a word of Destiny, as is tradition. So
Podcast
starts at, I don't even know.
Do we still have My Log Power Slave or whatever it?
My Log Power Sloth still pops up. I reckon he'll pop up this week. He'll be summoned by I don't know.
Trio. Yeah. The trio of us back together.
Yeah, I think he'll definitely come back this
trio.
week.
Hurry up, boys.
Hurry up. 11 minutes. Thank you very much. On that note, we'll jump into some fucking Destiny yarns. Yeah? Right. Bye. Yeah.
Can I put that in perspective, right? I would be like 90% done of a Destiny lore video in 11 minutes.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a thing that we're conveying in the first 11 minutes of the podcast that you aren't conveying in your fucking lore video.
Not everyone can
fun
last for a long time.
Personality.
Not everyone can last. There is medication.
All right. I'm fucking sorry for bringing it up. Go on.
I could see you trying to flex there, and it was never going to work out.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, this week at Bungie, November 7th, 2019, from Cosmo. This week at Bungie, we relieved a heavy burden. Today, we fixed an issue blocking the acquisition of the coveted Izanagi's burden, increasing power drops for Pinnacle rewards, and deployed a few other improvements to hotfix 2.6.1.1. Check out the patch notes and the player support report below for more details. Iron Banner is in full swing once again. Take advantage That actually
Jesus
snuck up on me.
Christ, Adam.
That snuck up on me. I didn't
All
actually
right,
do
that's
that
your last one.
intentionally.
Otherwise, I'm going to start setting alarms off. That's disgusting.
Take advantage of the latest changes, turning to Iron Banner bounties for a +2 Pinnacle reward. Before the event ends on November 12th. And last week, Hive started pouring out of the Altars of Sorrow. Guardians began to explore the new dungeon. Festival of the Cost kicks off with decorations and hidden treats in the tower. And it's a busy time in Destiny too. But don't forget to take a moment and treat yourself to some crispy one-taps in Momentum Control. Next week, an Infamy Boost is going live for Gambit, and a new raid challenge will be available for the Garden of Salvation. Now, quickly, before we touch on anything, Game to Give is in its final stretch, ladies and gentlemen. If you donate $50, you can get access to the Ghost Shell in-game, which is a lovely little Ghost Shell with a rotating head on it with a little love heart in the middle. And that's going to the Bungie Foundation support for iPads for Kids program and the Children's Miracle Network as well. This week, or right now, we've got people like Tamsin Wood, who was our guest last week. We've got people like T1 Riot, Ninja, Uquagan, and all that sort of thing. It is, it's pretty good. So a $10 donation will get you the Miss Blossoms emblem. A $50 donation will get you the first ever charity ghost, the Gilded Exotic Shell. And the $100 donation will earn you both of the items above. And you'll be able to enter to win an item from the Bungie prize pool, which is a Titan with a fucking little dick hammer, a Warlock with the No Time to Explain, some chess pieces, the Grimoire Anthology Volume 2 made by some cunt, two records, a pencil inventory drawing set, and a massive Iron Banner axe. So 100% profits will be split between the two charities. So if you want to get in there and do it, get it done. But now, speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, Pinnacle Changes. What are you guys' thoughts on that before we get into?
We did speak about it like coming up to it last week, and I think for the vast majority of people, it's a positive thing. Like, it does remove the incentive for the real hardcore players to
for real gamers, with real gaming chairs.
Yeah,
but here's the thing:
with real gaming, mate.
With real gaming babes and their Astro A40s on their fucking tape to their heads.
Fuel.
What is G Fuel? What is G Fuel? You don't need fuel to sit on your ass and play video games. Do you?
What is
apparently
G Fuel?
Apparently, it makes you smarter. Smarter, quicker, or something.
You might need a whole bucket, mate.
Oh, it's ridiculous. But
I'm ordering a pallet.
Here's the thing: is that here's the thing. A lot like the people who are complaining about this being a bad change are the people who are streamers and content creators and people who don't work. And
yeah, they've got an atypical perspective on it all.
Hours and hours and hours of time per day to dedicate to the game, whereas the average player plays maybe 2 hours a day, if that. And like it's just
look. I think what we said on when you went here, I think Soth, was that they obviously can see the numbers of who's got to the end of the road and who hasn't, and they expected that there should have been more people there, so they've made it easier. Fucking simple as that.
Yeah,
it's fine by me. I think it's cool. I actually sat on all my Iron Banner fucking bounties from earlier in the week and picked up a whole heap of shit. So it's good. It's just the same thing but quicker, really. It's for the average punter like the three of us, it's a good thing. So yeah, good.
Yep.
Okay. And then we've got so the +2 Pinnacle Changes. That's good. We've got more ways to gain two +2 Pinnacles, and we've got we can get up to higher base power and all that sort of shit. Now, Momentum Control, you guys gave that a crack.
Yeah. I mean, it's still around now. It's still around now
if
if you want to do it. It's an incredibly quick way of getting your Randies, but I know that you ground it out literally the week before.
That's the thing. Like, I'm not pissed off at anything else. I'm pissed off at myself for not waiting because I did it the hard way.
Yeah.
Like if you've learned anything from Destiny, there always is like a secondary, easier way, like a couple of weeks later for everything.
Actually, can we just throw? Can we go to this question from MD Geek rather? Does it really remove the incentive to play for power when the artifact can be continuously upgraded to increase power to no end during the season? During the season, you have to level up your artifact anyway, so your base power is always going to be brought back down. I think this is a good way to curb power creep. Sort of.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
really all it is, it's just 10 pointless levels of shit that everyone, that really don't matter, but are just a flex. That's it.
Well, this is the thing, right? Okay, so the artifact, in my mind, negates it anyway. It's more of a just a I did it kind of achievement without, my base power is the max. But
there's a few
the next thing that would be,
and I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand the whole base power, artifact power, and all that sort of thing. What's the point? It's just something to do. Like as Jug said in the chat, it's just something to do. Something to like you can flex your EP and just I'm thick as a goat.
Goats are thick. So this might be fuck. I don't. The only thing I can think of is what happens when we get the new season, right? And the artifact gets reset. Is it, are you going to be at a slight advantage being at that max base power? And what are they? Because in Shadowkeep, they brought everyone up to 700?
750.
750.
Was it 750?
Yep.
So, I mean, it's just I think what's going to matter more is what the transition looks like now after Shadowkeep between DLCs.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of it from that.
Because if they're going to,
I'm concerned,
because I think they're going to bring you up anyway, to be honest. I think they're going to bring you up pretty quick because they don't want people not being able to jump into DLC.
Yeah, you're right.
So
the new artifact will be 0 bonus. Like the new artifact will give people their base power.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now. So Mr. I got to 999 is probably going to be like 970 or something like that, or whatever his base power is.
It'll be
960.
My base power will my base power will be 955 or 954 or whatever the fuck I'm up to now. So everyone will be back on the baseline for later on down the track.
It'll be interesting to see how it pans out, though. You've said exactly what Matt was saying. That it ultimately serves very little purpose. Like once you're at
because
their cap.
Look, and unless you're like, going for any sort of worlds first when a new DLC comes out, and you need every bit of gear to be boosting you. Your first play session, you're going to reach the old power level like immediately. Like your blues are going to be dropping at 960 probably or whatever, straight away. So it's not like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of confused about like how it's going to work because with every like kind of step forward we've had up to this point, we've had the increase in light and the reason to chase gear again, where this is going to work completely differently, right? Like it doesn't increase. There's not that like arbitrary like, oh, okay, well now next season you can get up to fucking 1200.
I assume it's going to go up again, right? What are they going to do?
I thought it was going to go back and then you could only level your artifact. That was my understanding.
It goes back to my understanding of it is as well. Like you go back to the base power 960, and so if your base power, my base power at the moment on my highest light character is like 952. So the highest base power you can get is 960 because everything past that is artifact leveling. So everyone who has passed that goes back to 960 base power, and then you just level your artifact from there to get up higher than that.
What? So next DLC there won't be any
I don't know.
gear to chase.
Oh, there'll be gear to chase.
No, like power level gear. It'll just be artifact grind.
It'll be artifact grind, yeah.
That was my understanding of it. That may well be wrong because I am not perfect. I know it's hard to believe, but still.
Just thinking about that now, they've kind of shot themselves in the foot with trying to limit power creep. But when it's a matter of when in the Destiny community, when they get to the max light or max base power, it's going to be like they don't have anything to grind for outside of artifacts.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess that's what I'm saying. The question is, what
time will tell.
What happens with the transition? I think people are getting upset over nothing really at the moment until we know what's going to happen. Really,
Are people upset about it?
Yep.
There are
People
some
were.
people, yeah.
People were. But anyway, let's not
Well,
talk about it.
you
Because
shut the fuck up.
I was like, you just weren't here to go pull your fucking head in.
yeah, I think I said basically something to that effect, but more polite. That really, it's just, the only people who are super pissed off about it are people who have an absurd amount of time to sink into the game, and like they're at one end of a bell curve that their experience with the game is so atypical that they don't really have a place to comment on how the power grind should work for everyone. So anyway,
yeah, they're at the fucking very pointy tip.
Yep.
Tippity top.
They should get. I mean, we'll save your points for that. And if you're in the live stream, save your points for the end. But momentum control, that looks like it's a lot of fun. I'm glad that people got their Randy's quest through that. That's awesome. Like multiple percentages, rather than 1 or 2% in 4-hour game time, like 20, 30% in 4-hour game time, which is fantastic. I actually have all the pinnacle weapons this season. All of the ritual weapons this season.
Yeah, really. I haven't done mine yet.
Yeah.
I've still got the. I haven't done
extra
the
strategy. Grinding out Gambit was so fucked. Holy shit! That game mode.
I don't know.
Is so
to bring it back to momentum control, because that's really what we're talking about here, not fucking getting your Randys or whatever. But I actually really enjoy that game mode. But I enjoy it because it feels nothing like playing fucking Destiny, and it's kind of a fresh thing. It feels more like playing COD than anything. Like the time to kill is so fucking stupidly fast, and you can just play so negatively, camp long lines with a scout rifle and pick people off from absurd range with one shot. It is, I understand wholeheartedly. Like, I jumped into it with Max last weekend, and he shits on me in every way imaginable. And he got in, and he's like, this is fucking horrible. I can't handle it, after one game, and didn't go back. And I'm like, I mean, admittedly, it was a horrible game, but it, I don't know. There's part of me actually enjoys it because I get to just kind of like slow the fuck down and play differently rather than run around like a Titan maniac. But it is what it is.
See, that's the thing. Like the game mode had it's kind of cool because it's very slow. And there hasn't really been a game mode in the general PvP sandbox that has slowed everything down.
It's
and it's different.
I don't know that
it's good.
I don't know that it's slow either. It's like I play it, and I play it like I'd play. I mean, I did play a lot of SWAT back in the Halo days. That was more what I played than any kind of vanilla Halo 3 or anything like that. So it comes pretty easy to me, but people just don't seem to adapt. They kind of just ignore the fact that they can get picked off from anywhere and just run around like they would in normal Destiny. And it makes it really fucking easy if you play differently. So, I don't know. If you're looking to buff your fucking KD and you want to go in there and just camp long lines, you'll be fucking well served doing that. It's a pretty negative way to play, but you can do it. I just did it because I wanted the Randys. And now that I've got it, I probably won't. Like step foot back in there because it's all people chasing Randys or people chasing Mountaintop. That's it.
Yeah. Oh God, fucking people.
Oh, maybe I should try to do that and get Mountaintop.
Yeah, but basically, you want to just run into a game mode and hop around like some kind of mutant frog, just boom, boom, fucking just thumping grenades at your feet for the entire game. That's it.
How many grenade kills do you? Is it doubles or is it single? You have to do something stupid, don't you?
Yeah, I think there's like grenade multi-kill medals. Yeah, it's in there.
I'll leave it.
You're better off not to try, Matt, because if you don't try, then you can't, you don't have to admit defeat.
Do or do not, there is no try.
I mean, I was proud I got bloody Recluse, so I've got that on my belt now, so there you go.
Yeah, fucking
speaking of which, moving on with the TWAB, you can earn, if you've picked up the Braytech Werewolf in the Festival of the Cost, you can purchase if you've got it in your inventory and all that sort of thing, you can purchase the shirt, and you get a cool fucking little emblem with it too. The shirt's pretty nice.
Does that
and you get a
emblem-
cool little emblem as well?
I reckon no matter where you go, if you've got that emblem equipped, you'll have good Wi-Fi reception. Because that's what that emblem looks like to me. Just a more futuristic Wi-Fi signal.
Yeah, that's Wi-Fi on the fucking moon.
Yeah.
Did you see this as well? Is that if you completed the Pit of Heresy, you can purchase a foam replica of a relic Hive sword that you use to dispatch. I am 100% getting that.
I showed Rach that email when it came through, and she looked at me and went, "No, no." You've got enough junk.
I will be getting it.
Dude, just imagine the fucking shipping on that shit.
Oh, yeah, dude. To Australia from the States, foam sword. You'll either get it and it'll be broken in half, or it'll cost you $1 bajillion. It's going to cost you $1 bajillion anyway.
Yeah, you know how it's like 777,000? That's the actual price for Australia.
It's actually cheaper to go in if you don't have the code as an Australian and buy it.
Makes sense. Player support has been tracking current issues, ensuring the proper people are working on fixes today. Some of those fixes were deployed. Destiny 2 hotfix 2.6.01. It targets a pair of emergent issues that prevented players from opening the mysterious box and acquiring the Izanagi's burden. Here are some of the highlights. The other changes included in the hotfix. Fixed an issue causing forge keys not to count towards the mysterious box. Fixed an issue where the obsidian crystal would not give any quest progression, and fixed an issue that occasionally caused weekly errors challenges to not drop a powerful reward. In addition to this week's hotfix, we deployed a server-side change that allows players to receive the Black Armory key mold on all of their Destiny 2 characters. And this resolves an issue where the Black Armory key mold could only be accepted by the first character that claimed it from Ada 1. A whole bunch of time zone changes, and then known issues that they know of at the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, Vex Offensive is not currently offering its powerful rewards milestone. Titans can only throw one hammer or shield per super activation in momentum control.
It shits me. I fucking hate it.
It's
Just go in there and don't use my super.
Cannot be accessed by. Yeah, fair enough. Just do what I do and never use your super. The Firewalled Haunted Forest cannot be accessed by non-PS or Xbox Live Gold players, and some universal ornaments may appear to be locked in collections after they are obtained. If you have any other issues, please let them know. Please search them on the known issues thread, and then players who do observe other issues, make sure you let them know in the hashtag help forum as well. And congratulations to a devious entity for movie of the week, the most Titan on the moon, which is a good watch.
I haven't seen it yet. It sounds like it might be up my alley.
That's
though.
actually
I'm gonna
not
have to
bad.
check it out. This is. I spent like all Saturday down a fucking tunnel in Sydney, and it was shit. Sorry, all Friday. So I had no chance to fucking even check out the TWAB or anything. And because I didn't do it then, I never came back to it. So this is one of the few times that I've not even looked at it, and Slothy's just ripping through it. So it's good because he's telling me things I don't already know.
Have you, I don't mean that's like me every week. Have you done Pit of Heresy yet?
Yeah, I have. I did it, I think I did it last Saturday night.
What did you think of the end boss? Because I've got some fucking juicy lore.
Spicy Crota.
It's basically it's Crota, really. I mean, the mechanic for breaking into him is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. And it was great.
You haven't
know
done it yet, have you, Matt?
No, I need help. I need assistance.
Help,
I did. I reread the entire lore book, Inquisition of the Damned, which is a fucking massive book, to try to understand Zolmak, essentially. Spicy Crota.
Yeah.
And it is one of the most complex lore books I've probably read so far. It took many hours to get through it, but I can tell you a little bit about it if you like.
I would love that, because I kind of missed the entire context of it and just went in and shot everything. That was it. But like, just quickly, I'll give my kind of impressions of it.
Sure.
I think it's fucking incredible. I think it's like, 0 hour was really special in that it was the tower, right? Like you're hopping around the old tower and all that sort of stuff. This, and I said it to the boys as we kind of made our way into the first big thing where it drops off and you go down to all the different rooms and, you know, face enemies, whatever. But it felt like going into fucking Mordor in Lord of the Rings. Like it had this super different vibe because there's this massive cliffside sort of thing and there's all these like castle turrets and parapets and all this sort of shit that, you know, you jump down and it's super vertical space. And I thought, like, I mean, we have seen spaces like that before, but fuck, it felt different and it was really cool. So, I mean, on that front, they're continuing to reinvent the wheel. So definitely a different experience. The rest of it's fucking pretty fun. I mean, I managed to go through and get Xenophage while I did it as well. So we kind of kicked all the goals off at once. And
oh, nice.
And yeah, I mean, the Xenophage part of it's harder than the actual thing,
Yeah,
really.
right.
But yeah, thankfully Sass is, you know, the master as always.
I gotta start doing this shit when it comes out because by the time I want to do it, everyone's like, nah.
I've done it 10 times. Nah.
You know why? I fucking need to clean my Discord up. That's what I fucking need to do.
Yeah,
so I actually see messages when they come through. It's a mess.
Just leave every single Discord except for your own personal one and then rejoin the Discords. And as you rejoin in the Discords, turn off every single notification that you can ever have and turn off people being able to DM you except for friends.
That's my issue. I got about a fucking 500 DMs at the moment that I need to just clear.
Just
anyway, Matt on his tiny violin. Being fucking popular. It's so fucking hard. All right, what do you know about this cunt? Tell us some shit, right?
All right. So Inquisition of the Damned is almost like it's written in the same vein as the Book of Sorrow, really. It tries to get you to think about this new Hive trio, these siblings coming through. Like you had Oryx, Savathuun, and Zypher Arath, they introduced these three new siblings that want to claim the throne. They're called Milcanth, Akrazol, and Azavath.
Milcanth definitely wears horn-rimmed glasses.
They
doesn't sound very tough. I just got to say.
Does Crota fuck himself and that's how he ends up with kids or what?
There is law that the Hive can fuck themselves and reproduce, and there's other law that they don't need. They need a mate.
Jeez, that's a shame. It's a shame humans don't work like that, Slothy. You'd have a fucking army by now.
So look, you've got these three new siblings, and the current sort of leadership is essentially the daughters of Crota. So Hashladun, and there are a bunch of other daughters as well.
Yeah,
so their granddad is Oryx, and there's no mention of
Oryx.
Grandpapa Oryx. So they're sort of like it's very Star Warsy. They're like the Senate. They're like the corrupted Senate.
Corrupt galactic Senate.
They're like the corrupted galactic Senate, and the way they're described is always they like sit in their Crimson Tower overlooking the Hive essentially, but they pretty much don't play by the sword logic. Like they're not the strongest out of all the Hive, but they're still in temporary control of this sort of probably this certain sector of the Hive. And so these three sisters are basically like, we got to get rid of the privileged fucking daughters of Crota. Like it's bullshit that they're sitting up there. And what the daughters of Crota had made was the Pit, which was basically the where the sword logic can be enacted, and everyone, it's just a gladiatorial ring. So the daughters of Crota are like your emperors, your Roman, emperors looking down on the pit,
giving it the old
and then
Russell
you've got
Crowe treatment.
Basically. But they also know that if they ever went in the pit, they would be destroyed. So technically, they shouldn't rule the Hive. So it's all that sort of hypocrisy involved.
Let the games begin.
Yeah, it's very it's actually pretty funny how you 100% get that imagery, and it's the Hive, so it's quite weird to think about them like that. Anyway, they want to overthrow the daughters of Crota, and in the pit is like just the most brutal descriptions of the Hive just tearing the shit out of each other. And one of them is Zolmak, and he's just like decapitating people. He's Doggo, hold on.
God damn it, Billy. God damn it.
God damn it, really? He's like just literally like cleaving Hive in half with his like fucking sword, and then picking up dead bodies to use as shields, and then like this thrall crawling at him, and he just throws them off, and so he starts to become the champion. And the daughters of Crota, like in classic sort of corrupted Senate style, like, no, yeah, but you don't get to be king because the Hive are really weak at the moment, so you haven't really proved yourself. So we'll just keep sort of leading. How about that?
Yep.
So eventually, the three other siblings, and this is what I'm saying. This story is fucking long, right? Eventually, these three other siblings, and it's obviously not written nice and easy like this. It's all convoluted.
Yeah, this is why I'm not going to read it. I'm going to listen to this, and this will be my core understanding of it going forward. So don't fuck it up, Matty.
Yeah. So the three siblings, right? Very similar, almost parallel to Oryx and Savathuun and Zypher-Arath, realize that they need to be the strongest. And just like Oryx killed his siblings, like killed Savathuun and killed Zypher-Arath outside of their throne realm, so they didn't permanently die, but he gained enough power to beat the worm gods. They pretty much do something very similar, but they do like this fucking Dragon Ball Z soul transfer. It gets, this is where the part you got to follow along, right? So,
all right, here we go. I'm going to sit up straight.
I'm going to give them names too. So you have Akrazul, which I'm going to call sibling 1. They take the soul of Akrazul and they put it into Azavath, or call sibling number 2.
Okay.
So the soul of Akrazul, and they put it into Azavath.
Yep.
Azavath has a strong body but a weak soul. Akrazul had a strong soul but a weak body.
Okay.
So they basically put the strongest soul from one sibling into the strongest body to make like ultimate Hive champion, right? And I actually gave it a name in the video because it was so hard to find. So I call this ultimate Hive champion, right? Has the best soul and the best body.
What did you call it?
Strong.
Trev.
I called it ultimate Hive champion.
Oh, well, you missed a trick there. Trevor would have been a better name.
Trevor. We'll call it Trevor. We'll call it Trevor for the podcast.
Can't call it Trevor. Trevor's already taken. Call it Frank.
Frank will do. Frank the Tank.
Right.
Good on.
Frank the Tank. Yeah, okay, it's Frank the Tank. So the best soul and best body. And Milcanth was the sister that performed the soul transfer.
Yep.
And for most of the book, and actually only recently when they released the pit, the dungeon, did we work out there was more to this story. The soul of the guy that had the strong body, we just thought it just left. Like he just was no longer there because that the Akrazul soul just replaced it, right? When Frank the Tank wakes up in his new body, right?
Yep.
Strong soul, strong body. Because he's got such a raging Hive soul, that was the reason why they picked it, because he was like uber aggressive, uber rage. He knew that they could like use the sword logic. He basically just kills his sister immediately. He like wakes up Frankenstein, fucking stabs his sister
as you do
immediately, as you do in the way the Hive.
When your soul's put into a different body, you wake up pissed off, I imagine. So now, I've had a few hangovers that bad.
Yeah. So now Milcanth is meant to be dead. But Azavath's soul went into Milcanth.
Yep.
So, all right. So the one that the soul that should have just dissipated.
So Milcanth's soul is still alive in the weak body now.
No. Okay. Milcanth's soul is okay. So right, I'm just use numbers. Sibling 1's soul went into sibling 2. The ritual was performed by sibling 3. That made Frank the Tank sibling 4, a whole new being.
Okay.
The sibling 2, which had the strong body, that soul went into Milcanth, sibling 3, as she was killed.
Like as she was killed, or went in there after she was killed? Like, did it go in there and then be like, and then be dead, or how did that work?
Like her soul was...
Is it dead?
The sibling 3's soul is dead, yes.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
And got replaced by sibling 2.
Okay. What about the body?
It's confusing. The whole thing is revealed. The thing that is revealed is what they thought was the weak soul, right? Because, like I said before, there was one with strong soul, weak body. One was strong body, weak soul. The one that thought they had a weak soul actually had all these secrets about the Death Singer song. And there was this group of Death Singers called the Choir, and they literally kill an entire planet by just singing the death song. And so it's sort of revealed at the end of the text that Savathuun knew this and transferred that soul into Milcanth to save it because it had this secret about the death song. And that her sole purpose now is to reestablish the Choir, which is basically this team of fucking death singers that can just wipe out civilization.
Great.
And so how does this link to Zolmak? So Zolmak, right, thinks he's the Hive champion, but now we have Frank the Tank. We have Frank the Tank, and we have Milcanth with the weak soul with the death singer soul.
Milcanth that wants to make the Choir, right?
Yeah, Milcanth wants to make the Choir, but it's not really it's Milcanth's body with Azavath's soul.
Yep. I'm still there. Sloth looks like he's dead though. He may be dead.
Frank the Tank fucking kills Zolmak, right? Straight out. Like, do you know, was it Monty Python when he's got no legs, no arms, just the torso?
Yeah. I'll bite your legs off. Yeah.
He does that, right? It's literally a fucking torso left of Zolmak.
Okay.
And then there's a little fucking hint that Zolmak's soul is then transferred somewhere else again. Another soul swap.
Well, whose body's just left doing nothing? There's got to be we've had a soul die, so there's got to be a body kicking around somewhere for poor old Zolmak to jump in.
Well, so Savathuun basically hints that they gave Zolmak's soul to the daughters of Crota.
Right.
And that's how the daughters of Crota, that's how we see Zolmak in the Pit of Heresy. And it's called the Pit of Heresy because Nolkris was a heretic, didn't play by the sword logic because he kept reviving people. And that's sort of what this is all about. Like Savathuun is using all this trickery to do all this stuff. And the very last paragraph basically says, Savathuun's saying to the sisters, the daughters of Crota, I've gifted you Zolmak from this whole scenario. Like he was the strongest, but then we stole his soul again and reborn him. Well, you're going to have a chance to rebirth him. And I've also given you Milcanth, who has the secrets to the Choir, to rebuilding the Choir. So I've gifted the Hive race 2 new absolute weapons for it. And it just basically boils down to Savathuun pitting her own race against each other like usual to birth a new sort of fucking nightmare. To make them strong. Yeah, which at the moment was Zolmak, which we just stomped instantly. But the one that we haven't really seen yet is Milcanth, who has Azavath's soul, who is potentially trying to rebuild the Choir and the Death Song.
What about Frank the Tank? Is Frank the Tank still kicking around?
Frank the Tank, yeah. Actually, good one. Yeah, Frank the Tank should still be around as well.
Frank the Tank's going to be an upcoming raid.
Oh, no. Sorry. Frank the Tank is not around. Frank the Tank's not around. So
went on annual leave. He's gone.
Okay, so after Frank the Tank killed Zolmak, Milcanth showed up and killed him with the Death Song.
Oh, right.
Killed.
Couple of bars of Braithwaite, boom, dead.
Yes, to prove that she had developed it.
Wow. Okay.
So
I'm going to put this out there. This is some fucking season 1 Game of Thrones bullshit that just nobody ever understands.
I'm following it. I'm fine with it, but it's just really fucking insane.
Not. I lost it. About 10 minutes ago.
You should have seen how writing this shit. It was fucking ridiculous, and reading it as well, because what they did was all the little twists and turns they only added when Pit of Heresy was released and they added it when the lore tabs of the new weapons and that kind of stuff as well. So if you read Inquisition of the Damned, it was relatively straightforward, and then when they released I think it was 4 or 5 new lore tabs, it just fucking flipped just everything.
Yeah, it turned everything on its head.
But basically, that you have the Senate, which were the daughters of Crota. You had the rebellion, which was like the three new sisters that were introduced. The three new sisters just tried to make a super ultimate Hive champion. One of them ended up knowing the death song and is now still out there trying to rebuild the choir to basically destroy fucking civilization. Zolmak just got fucking minced in the middle by everyone and reborn for the daughters of Crota into the Pit of Heresy.
Dude, it's fucking interesting, but it is so convoluted that like you better be doing a video on that, man.
Yeah, no, it's already recorded.
People are gonna need that shit. People are gonna need it. There's gonna be a need. People will be reading it.
That actually might be a lore video I watch. Man.
Oh, mate, go and do some squats. You flog.
Fucking sore back. Fucking shit myself mowing the lawn this afternoon. Eat my ass.
Recycling jokes is not funny. All right. Well,
anyway,
the other big thing that happened this week was the 999 Savathuun's greatest meme of all time prick tease, and I do feel a little bit for what's the dude's name? Bagel 4K was the first person to hit 999 in terms of power level. Went into Shattered Thrones solo, progressed all the way through it with some real-time coaching from Glad. So basically Glad streamed it and was sort of helping him through it. He'd never soloed it before. So it was a good watch, actually. I watched most of it. So a lot of fun, but ultimately just ended in nothing. It was ultimately just a fucking red herring, as always.
Yeah.
So I'm glad.
Who'd have thought that someone called Savathuun the Liar would actually say something that turned out to be a fucking lie? That was a red herring. Hit the alarm. That was a red herring that was teased by Bungie. How long ago?
Yeah, true.
It's been there a long time.
The other thing too is that like it would have also been a very Bungie move to go in and put something there at that point, knowing that the community had twigged onto it. But that wasn't
because
the case.
I can tell you this right now. When that was written, I don't think they would have known there was going to be the whole artifact stuff because Truth to Power was written like fucking ages ago.
Yeah, like, that's an old book, man. That is old.
Well, this is
Forsaken.
fucking D2. It's Forsaken. So it would have been written a fucking year before that.
Yeah. I mean, a lot's changed in that time frame. So, they probably thought Activision would have still been going. That's how long ago it was. So,
that being said,
Activision the liar.
That being said, they could have like retroactively. They could have. I don't think they would have put it together though. I think they had already moved on from Truth to Power. Like, you would basically have needed one of the writers to be like, "Hey, do you realize now that our little lie in Truth to Power is actually achievable?" Because when I read it, we tried it, but we never knew you wouldn't be able to get to level 999.
Yeah.
So it was never a thing. So someone would have had to been like, "Hey, this is actually." Realize that it was possible now with the artifact.
I don't know. I mean, people have been talking about it for a week or so leading into this. Like, and there was a couple of front runners and that. And you know what? This is another one of those things where we see like a community kind of focus on something for a little while. And there's a couple of the dudes were streaming and stuff and had huge numbers and things like that. So it's good, I mean, if you're going to put in the time, which I recommend you don't, because I looked at the hours they came up in the chat and it was like fucking like 18 hours a day playing Destiny or some shit. You need to fucking get off it and go outside. But I mean, you got on the front page of Bungie.net, so good on you. Like, there you are. You had your moment. Like, there's a heap of interest in it, man.
It's a moment.
Good on you, Bagel. Good on you, mate.
Yeah.
It's pretty disappointing.
Good on you, mate.
Good on you, mate.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, again, it's someone called Savathuun the Liar.
Yeah, we covered that.
Who didn't fucking see that coming?
I think that,
right.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, part of me is disappointed because I was hoping that there was something going to happen that kind of brought that whole story arc, or at least progressed it, like out of the kind of like ever repeating stalemate that it exists in now. But I just don't think we're going to get that. I think it's, we just need to give up on that and move on. At least, I will.
Well, I mean, it's interesting. Like, the best thing to come from it is to draw people's attention back to the Truth to Power book, basically.
Yeah, and that people are still keen for like a resolution to it, right? Like that people are still interested enough to go, oh fuck, that might be doable now, and go in and like fuck. I mean, the grind is huge for that. So I mean, oh god.
So what? He was doing 11 hours, 18 hours a day.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, the averages of what he was putting in over the last few weeks were disgusting. It was just insane. I can't even imagine.
Right.
Like, I can't even imagine staying in one place for that long, let alone playing Destiny for that long. I cap out about 4 hours. So there's that. Anyway, good on you, Bagel.
Very nice.
Well done. Good for you.
What else do we have? Is that it?
It's not that much. I mean, pretty light week. Pretty light week in terms of news. Sothy?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions for us that are burning right now, first of all, get it checked. And second of all, let us know in the chat now. There has been...
I'll open up the thing.
There hasn't been a lot of things. Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of things in the news this week, unfortunately.
Oh, I mean, it is what it is.
Gaming news in general.
We could talk gaming news. We could talk about Death Stranding and the fact that people either love it or hate it, which is...
Has anyone in chat played Death Stranding?
Like, I haven't, because I refuse to load up a PlayStation. That can fuck itself.
I don't think it's my kind of game.
So much.
I don't think it's my kind of game, but...
No.
There's... Yeah, some interesting. There's definitely a bit of a disparity between reviews of it at the moment.
I mean, there's.
I think it ultimately depends on, like, people will approach it from two very, very different camps. In that, some people will go at it kind of expecting it to be completely off the wall because of who's made it and the way it's going to work and all that sort of stuff, and they'll suffer through things that other people who are just coming to it as a game. And a game for first and foremost won't, right? Like, and that seems to be the issue, is that like people who are reviewing it from the standpoint like this is just any other game and I am playing it to review it, like this is shit. It's fucking, the mechanics are awful. It's boring, rah, rah, rah. And then people who are like go into it because they know like Hideo Kojima and they've followed his career and all that sort of stuff are going, oh, this is so what he's about and all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, like, I guess in that sense, it changes. It becomes like music. It becomes like a fucking Tool album or whatever, where you've kind of got to have built up that understanding of what the group's about and what it's doing to then be able to appreciate it. But I don't think it's going to be for me. Just judging by that, like
it doesn't look like it's for me either, and it looks like for me personally. And now this isn't. I'm not trying to give a shitty gamer take here, and some people might take it that way, but it seems a little bit too much on the pretentious side for me. Maybe I don't understand it. That's all right. I really liked Metal Gear Solid 5, but it was very dialogue heavy and it was very hard to follow. But Hideo Kojima has this, when he has an idea, he puts it down on paper and he makes it. And as Jug said in the chat, we really should be supporting, even if you don't like the game, we should be allowing these devs to take this artistic license to create something unique, because we've had so many fucking cookie cutter games.
Oh yeah, dude. That's why I'm not saying like I'm saying I don't think it's for me, but like if you were in the vein where you understand what it's about and you kind of already know what you're going to get out of it, then you probably will love it. You know, it's like it's definitely. It sounds like an acquired taste kind of thing. You know, like you need to kind of be prepared to fucking suffer a little bit to get to what you want. Like, and that's probably a Tool album for me is the best analog that I can think of. Like, you know, like. You play someone a Tool album that's never heard any of it before and they go, why are the songs 14 minutes long? And they like, it's the same fucking acoustic guitar part for 6 minutes and what's happening? You know, like it's one of those things. It's a taste.
And I mean, I got into this conversation with a few of the boys in TA last night. When does art stop being art and just being pretentious, dumb bullshit?
Wank.
Well, it
Well,
doesn't.
I mean, it's
Wank.
completely
It
subjective.
doesn't.
It's the definition.
Okay, no, I have a better one for that. When does art stop being art and become fucking Andy Warhol?
What do you mean?
As in, I'm going to paint several fucking cans of soup,
Yeah, but that's fine.
and that's art.
That's art. That is
Like
that is art.
that's just fucking no. It's wank. It's fucking wank. It's subjective, yes, but it's wank.
You know the news that we haven't. I don't think we've talked about this. The fucking old Mixer news. Did we speak about Mixer last time?
About what with Goth?
Yeah.
Yeah, we briefly
say
spoke
that?
about it. We decided that
Yeah,
it was a good thing and good.
Did I
right.
hear someone was going to YouTube gaming or something?
JD Courage.
JD Courage, yeah. Courage.
To do what? There's not even there's not even YouTube gaming anymore. This doesn't exist.
You know why he's going there? Because YouTube are paying him a fuck ton of money. That's why. That's it. I'll take your fucking $2 million and stream on your shit service. It's probably more than that, to be honest. Like, these guys would be on huge coin to begin with.
You know, like I was actually watching this, and this is recycled news, I know. What? Yeah. This is recycled news, I know, but Mixer actually released some numbers since Ninja went across, and his average watch time counted for 1% on Twitch when he was on Twitch, and now it's like 0.4. Like it's significantly lessened since moving to Mixer. He hasn't brought a lot of viewers across, but he has brought a lot of streamers. A lot of hours from new streamers has jumped significantly up to like 200% since he made the move, and since Shroud made the move.
Have you seen Doctor?
But the hours watched,
like fucking like.
Well, I mean, and that's what I was going to get to as well. But like the hours watched has stayed pretty much the same, but the more people streaming now. Reference that Dr. Disrespect thing is that Twitch has.
That was funny.
What did he say? Like 70 million people.
It was just angrily revealing the stats. Fucking everyone's here. How many people can currently watching? I've got more people than the entire fucking Mixer directory. It's just like it was funny. It was funny.
Also, I mean, think of it this way as well: is that Twitch is huge. Mixer in its own right is quite big, but I think Twitch has like 15% of the average watch time comparatively to YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's still.
If that makes sense. Like YouTube is still the king, although people put so much more on Twitch metrics and all that sort of thing when it comes to like how good a game is or anything like that. Like
there was some very
YouTube
nervous,
is still the king.
There was still some very nervous YouTubers this week with a new FTC rule coming into play, which was about basically it's going to slam all the kid YouTube channels, like the toy reviews and stuff, because they got like a $9 billion fine or something ridiculous because of targeting ads on kids' content, essentially, like kids under whatever age. There's some law, you can't target advertising. You can't do some sort of some specific type of advertising.
That's why they don't advertise. That's why Macca's don't advertise Happy Meals anymore.
So seriously. They got slammed, and then obviously every YouTuber's thinking, "Oh, this is the fucking adpocalypse number 2 now," because luckily I'm not in that category because I think it's like 17 and below. I think that's quite broad, but most of my audience is above that, so I probably won't get stung by it, but it's this kind of shit that is exactly why I'm not like, I'm a full-time YouTuber, because like, it's one day you can wake up.
Such a dangerous call.
Did you see this guy that lost his channel? This macro guy?
Marco,
yeah, I saw that.
Marco style.
And then the hacker got his channel verified. Good on the hacker. Did you say that? He's like, I've been trying to get my channel fucking verified for months and I couldn't do it. The hackers had it for fucking 24 hours and got it verified.
How?
I don't know,
man.
but
I
like
don't know.
they were live streaming shit. Like they got through
Cryptocurrency.
No, they got through two-factor authentication somehow, and
That
like
scares
now
me.
he just
That
has
really
access,
fucking
no
scares
access to his site. And they try to put his site up for sale on some YouTube channel sales site.
Yeah, I saw that.
For like €800 or something like that. Like fucking hell. Imagine spending 5 years on a YouTube channel and then Fat Cell Games just goes out the fucking window.
Oh,
and then
dude,
what have
it
you got to
scares the
show
shit
for
out of me.
yourself?
I'm considering that I need to get like a fucking burner phone in my dog's name that's just untrackable. So that's my.
It seems
That's my
like they
two.
did something with. I'm not going to go into it, but it seems like I was reading something that that was very into like they use cookies, like tracking cookies and shit like that. And
Yeah,
it's
that's pretty insane.
oh,
I mean, even when fucking Boogie got
Jesus.
hacked, like that was pretty fucking.
Well, look, I know what they
ringing
do,
up
right?
ringing up his phone
Yeah, they
provider,
ring
and
up
getting his
phone
SIM card,
provider.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah, they ring up the phone provider and they get the number transferred to their phone. So when they do the two-factor authentication, they get the fucking message. They punch it in. You're in.
Yeah. But it's
So
they've got to
is
build.
it-
They've got to pull together enough information to be able to fake that they're you to
But
begin with.
all they need, real name, date of birth, actual phone number, and then they just keep ringing until they get a weak employee and they just bully them until they don't follow their policy. That's basically what they did.
Wow.
That's so disgusting. Fuck, that's frightening.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's frightening.
Actually,
But there was that,
Azarius just said that True Vanguard's gone to Facebook. I think of all of the platforms.
He's been on Facebook for ages now.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's been on Facebook for fucking a month and a half, 2 months now.
Was that like
wild.
in a sort of being asked to go over there, or was that just to
Yeah, I
test
don't
the
know.
waters?
I have no idea. I
Oh,
couldn't. I
man.
couldn't even tell you.
I reckon he
Good
would
guy.
do well over there. He's so fucking family friendly.
But here's the thing about Facebook, is that Facebook have been caught fudging their numbers anyway. Obviously, Tim Havelock's still over there, Darkness 429's still over there, and TV's over there. But it's just holy shit.
You know the thing I think about
has been
Facebook, I
fudging
think
their
it would
numbers.
have the exact same culture as YouTube. Like the numbers are just fucking out of proportion. Like, you know, I could do a live stream on YouTube and have, you know, people, like a lot of people show up and have fun in that. But if I had those numbers on Twitch, it would be like a full-time job. If I have those numbers on YouTube, it's like it's just for a bit of fun. And that's just because the culture's different.
It's a
like people
different
don't
beast, man.
expect. Yeah, it's just like making a YouTube video. Like I'd probably make more money just streaming every day on Twitch than like if I had a choice of making a YouTube video every day or streaming every day on Twitch. People just associate you working harder if they see you every day. So they would be like, "Oh, well, he's working really hard. We'll feel like we can pay him some money." Whereas if they watch a 10-minute video or 8-minute video, they're like, I only watched 8 minutes. That's not really value for money. I'm not going to pay anything.
Yeah, they
See,
are rip
but this
off
is the thing,
games.
when you're in a
Yeah.
when you are in a Twitch chat and you're interacting with the streamer as a viewer or vice versa, it is immediate interaction. So if someone was like we had someone come in here, Shaky, I think it was Sharky come in here and dropped a tier 3 sub. Like, thank you for that, Sharky. And in any other normal stream, that would be an instant gratification, an instant return on your investment. Thank you so much for supporting us, blah, 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 blah. But on a YouTube video, you could watch something that's 6 months old and just go, please like and subscribe and comment and Patreon and all that sort of thing. Like they don't see what happens in the back end. Like I think I made 5 videos on YouTube and that they took fucking 30 hours a piece. And that was shit.
Oh, don't even fucking talk to me about the amount of time you spend making fucking those songs. 3.5 minutes, and it's like 60 hours work. It's fucking
honestly
batshit.
the strategy. If you want to be a content creator, this is the fucking strategy. Mediocre YouTube videos that
shit
are
tier
at least-
content as regular as you can.
Yeah, mediocre YouTube videos that that drive people to Twitch, so you can start on Twitch.
Oh,
That's basically
you mean
the
like fucking
plan.
Womble's content? He makes a video once every fucking 4 months.
Yeah.
or 6 months or 12
Yeah.
months.
Yeah. Exactly like that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got a bit bitter here.
Fuck off,
Sorry,
Joe.
fucking old.
It has. Sorry.
Marlon
If you've got
bitter
any
games.
if you've got any questions about Destiny or anything else you want to hear us bitch about, just fire away. I'm going to duck to the gents, but I'll be right back. And I mean, I
by the
assume you
way,
guys aren't going
for
anywhere.
my fundraiser, I've sent out.
Hang on.
Everyone who's responded to me, except for one person, I just remembered to send an email yesterday. I've sent you your artwork. I've sent you your fucking Gamma Trap artwork for your donations. So the the $100 and $200 donations have been sent out. You should be getting them soon. I think middle of this month. So enjoy.
Good for you. Well done.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, just to spruik my own shit here for a second. Yes, I do not have a beard. I did shave my beard for Movember or No Shave November, depending on where you are in the world. There is a link in the Discord and in the live chat, !Mo. It links you to the Tiltify site, raising, I think I set a goal is like $1,000 for Movember. If you'd like to get involved, it is raising money for men's health and men's health awareness and all that sort of thing. So if you want to get into that, and that'd be really cool if you could get involved. If not, retweet it when you see me tweet it, and that'd be nice as well. Mactavius Lord, will the Vex Offensive final assault be a pre-made activity? If it's anything like the Vex Offensive at the moment, yes. It is 100% a pre-made activity. Yeah. I don't know. I don't see why it wouldn't be a pre-match made activity. A match made activity, Mech.
What's that?
It should be. It's already Vex Offensive Final Assault. Do you reckon it'll be a pre-made or a match made activity?
No, it'll be match made. It'll follow the same. It'll just stick with the same path of what the Vex Offensive is. It'll just be like an extension of it. And I assume that's where we face the Undying Mind, right? Like,
hey,
finally.
Yeah.
When we end, do you want to do a this is your homework of maybe a non-game related like YouTube video or something to watch or something to listen to?
Yeah, I mean we can do that. If you've got anything, I haven't got anything.
I mean,
if you put
I don't know. You have any recommendations for your fucking YouTube watch today?
The last non-gaming thing that I watched was 4chan triggering Shia LaBeouf via Internet Historian. That's a fucking story and a half. Holy shit.
Well,
That is
what
a story and a half.
What I was going to say was Joe Rogan did an interview with Edward Snowden.
Oh, fuck. Have you listened to that?
Oh,
I've listened to the whole thing. It
it's
scared
fucking
the absolute shit out of me. Oh,
It's fucking good.
I didn't know that you'd listen to that.
I might have to listen to
chewing your
that.
ear off
I might have to listen
about
to
it for
that.
a week. It is. Oof.
And the reason why I thought of that is he also did one with Edward Norton, and Fight Club just fucking came up on my like Google Play like purchase videos, because obviously it knows I've just watched Joe Rogan fucking with Edward Norton, so it's showing me all these fucking movies. But that was really good too. But if you haven't listened to the Edward Norton one, Jesus Christ, that is scary. Oh, sorry, Edward Snowden. That's scary as fuck. Because he's got a book out at the moment.
Yeah, he's just put it out.
I kind of want to listen to it, and I kind of don't at the same time, because that sort of God, it's terrifying. The world's going to hell in a handbasket at the moment, and it's fucking just because of shit like that.
Do you know what I went back and watched? It's a bit older now, but you can get it on you pay for it. Vice, about Dick Cheney, because he was in that whole Edward Norton saga. And it's got Christian
Snowden. You can't keep calling him Edward Norton.
Edward Snowden, mate.
Yeah, it's time to go. It's time to leave.
It was great how he threw the government under the bus, but he's also a good actor.
Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
Oh, that was I was going to get. That's Matt's law will find you, and Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Oh man! Oh, it's been a quiet week. It's been good. You know what? I've actually enjoyed getting back to being able to talk a little bit of nonsense after the fucking big release window and everything.
Yeah,
it's good.
Had a lot.
It's good.
Well,
all right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's probably about it. If you're watching in the live chat, thank you very much. Sharky, thank you for the brand new tier 3.
That's insane.
Sassy, thank you for the resub. And there was someone who did Twitch Prime. Did you write that down, Matt?
yeah, it was. Oh no, I only got Sharky 20.99 for tier 3.
To the person who Dill Pickle, thank you for the Twitch Prime. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. If you're in the live chat, make sure you check out the Tiltify link for Movember. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much for your continued support over there. Hit the bell, the subscribe, and the like button. Share it with your friends. Give it to your mum. She'll probably get off on it. And it'd be good. It'd be good.
But fair.
And if you're listening to us on Spotify or your chosen podcast service, thank you for choosing us over some politician's fucking shit podcast on Podcast One. So thanks for that.
Actually, while we're on that subject, we had an issue last week where it took fucking forever for the episode to get up on Spotify. And I basically had to go in and like re-push it, and then it went instantly. So I've got no idea what the fuck that was about. But if you go, obviously this week this isn't going to work, me telling you this, but for future weeks, if you ever go and fucking like you miss an episode and there's not one up, just tweet at us because I'll sort it out. I don't want anyone I hate the thought of someone going to work and having to fucking push through a day and being like, oh, fucking, there's nothing. I wouldn't do that to you. We wouldn't do it to you. Two good blokes.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you feel like helping out a YouTuber, go see what you can do with Marco Styles. Go retweet him. Go fucking at YouTube on his Twitter page and all that sort of thing, because that's a really fucked situation.
Yeah, it is.
And anyone who has any interest in YouTube and any interest in fair use and any interest in anti-hacking and all that sort of piss, go and give him a hand, give him a retweet, just fucking do something, support him, let people know of his issues and all that sort of thing. But outside of that, fuck YouTube.
I was waiting for that. So that was why I was doing this before, when you were like, oh, thanks for your continued patronage and rah, rah, rah. And I'm like, turn the notification bell on because you fucking won't get them anyway, rah, rah, rah. No. You've changed your strategy and I like it. Good job. You're keeping it interesting.
We couldn't do it. We couldn't do this strategy.
No.
Why not? It's
I don't know.
Because
we tried to do it.
You say so much shit at the end. We don't actually know what you say.
Yeah, me and Matt by this point have just mentally checked out, and it's kind of just this Sloth does his thing, and it works, and it's great. I mean, I should have played dramatic music. I haven't. That's a letdown, but whatever.
Get to the fucking end. All right, what else we got?
Just remember, when someone says, something in someone's name is their name, the liar, it's probably going to be anything that they do is probably going to be a lie. And we're going to be really filthy and really fucking self-serving and self-indulgent this week. Is that after the stream, we're going to host straight into Log's stream.
That's not really self-serving.
And you're going to watch.
Is it?
Well, no, but yeah.
I mean, we're only doing that because we're fucking like doing this when I'm normally streaming.
How are you going to host yourself?
Hey, don't you worry about my black magic. I'm fucking evil. I can do whatever I want.
How are you going to start your own?
He's got OBS on one fucking Streamlabs setup and fucking OBS in studio on the other.
No,
he's good streaming.
No,
you little fucking wizard.
Yeah.
Well, look. All right. Do you want us to when we close you out with a bit of law? We'll find you.
Come on, close us out.
Oh, the law will find you. It will be in the body of sibling number 1, which was the sibling number 2 transferred into that, which became Frank the Tank, who stabbed Milkanth, who then carried the soul of sibling number 2, that then was the choir, and that's how the law will find you. See ya.
Get on with it.
See you next week. Fucking hell. Actually, I'll see you in about 5 minutes if you're in the live stream.